Budget Blinds. Visit their showroom or call today for a free in-home consultation.
This is Newcap Sports with Brettkmorton.
Well, the best team in the AJHL paid a visit to the border city last night. It was the Spruce Grove Saints, riding an 8-game winning streak coming into the tilt. Well, middle of the first, Captain Taylor Mulder all alone in front, and he's going to tap that one into the back of the net. That was just the third shot on net for the Cats. Great goal there. However, just a minute later, the Saints are going to respond on the partial 2-on-1. It's going to be Brandon Byro who's going to pot it home. Saints take a 2-1 lead into the second period. Well, now into that early second period here. Brett Smythe off the turnover. He's going to come in, go backhand, bar down. We are tied up at 2. Nice goal there by Smythe. Well, 3-2 Saints before they added a fourth one. Byro would get his second on the night. This game got a little feisty here, as you could see a scrum ensued after that goal there. Well, however, the Saints, they have a 4-2 lead heading into the third period. Well, now the final frame in this one, it was all Bobcats on the power play here. Nick Quillen with a point shot, rips it through traffic. The Cats are within one there. Now 2 minutes and 37 seconds later, it's going to be Chris Briggs, shakes off his man, and he's going to notch his 16th of the season to tie things up at 4. Well, the Cats, they're not finished yet. Just 11 seconds later, it's Ryan Chenouth to Griffin Mumby. He puts that one home. The Bobcats score 3 goals in 2 minutes and 48 seconds to take a 5-4 lead at the middle of the period. Well, now after that, the Saints are pressing here. Well, that ding is music to Pierce Diamond's ears as the Cats hold on to win it 5-4. Well, Pierce Diamond was huge for the Cats in net last night, as the regular starter Alex Leclerc was under the weather and he didn't even suit up. Diamond, he stopped 28 of the 32 shots put his way. Well, it was definitely a playoff atmosphere in the Civic Center last night. In that third period, after the game, we spoke with Coach Gord Thibodeau about last night's win.
Third period, that was probably the biggest key, as we started to get pucks to the net, got traffic to the net, and we got rewarded. And, you know, it's something we've been saying for a long time. It's hard to score with 14 shots after 2 periods. Third period, we had 15 shots. You get rewarded for that, and obviously a very strong effort.
Rubbed my post after, that's for sure. Yeah, a guy walked in, D-man walked from, he couldn't see it, shot, saw it last second, hit the bar, and definitely got some luck on that one, so that was nice. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a tough one, but I mean, I just had to take it as like any other game. I mean, I know they're a good team, but if you start thinking too much in your head how good they are, it's going to mess you up. And so the whole game and going into it, I just thought, like, they're a good team, so are we, so just play it like any other game.
Well, the Bonnyville Pontiacs will be honoring one of their most iconic players tonight, as Mark Letestus, number 11, will be raised to the rafters at the R.J Lalonde Arena. Well, after playing his 16-year-old season with the St. Paul Canadians in the Junior B League, Letestus made the jump to the AJHL with the Bonnyville Pontiacs. In 190 games with the Yaks, Letestus scored 118 goals and 130 assists, finishing with 248 points in the regular season. In 9 playoff games, Letestus added another 8 points. Well, after just over 3 years with the Yaks, Letestus went to the University of Western Michigan for 1 season. Letestus was then signed as an undrafted free agent with the Pittsburgh Penguins. He spent 3 years in the Pens farm system before making the jump to the National Hockey League. Well, in 368 NHL games, Mark has 65 goals, 75 assists, and 140 points. He has spent time with the Penguins, Columbus Blue Jackets, and now he is with the Edmonton Oilers. We will have a story on Mark's jersey retirement night for you tomorrow. Well, the Lloydminster Bantam Pipeline Bobcats have just 6 regular season games left this season. 5 of them are on home ice. Well, today the Cats were hosting the Grande Prairie Storm, looking for their 5th straight win and pulling further ahead in the AMHL North Division. Well, Bobcats forward McGregor Sinclair making his debut back in the Cats lineup. He missed quite some time with an injury. Well, first period, Storm put a weak shot on Dane Dow. Shouldn't be that much of a problem. However, some miscommunication allows the D-man from the Storm to poke it in, and Jack Caron is going to put the puck in the net there. It's 1-0 for the Storm. Unfortunate goal for the Cats. Well, the Cats on the power play here, Parker Soretsky finds Bryce Kind up in the slot, but he is absolutely denied by the Storm goalie. While the Cats are going to get another chance here. This time it's Sinclair who can't beat the goalie. Well, the Bobcats controlled most of the play in the first period. Kindop founds on the shot, but Logan Gainey is there to put it through the 5-hole. Cats up tied up with 2:10 left in the first period. The Cats are now up 3-2 in the second intermission. Well, the Bantam Foremost Heat were in Sherwood Park today, taking on the first place Flyers. Well, the Flyers, they absolutely destroyed the Heat 10-2. Keegan Watchell and Drew Hardy scored the Heat goals. The Heat are back in action tomorrow versus Leduc. Well, the Lakeland Rustlers Basketball teams opened up a home-and-home series versus the NAIT Ooks last night at Lakeland Gym. Well, the ladies up 15-12 in the second quarter when Rebecca Burns with the big block there hands it to Tori Dugan. She's going to run it up the floor, finds Cameo McCurley there who gives it to Burns. She's going to lay it in. The Rustlers are now up 17-12. Well, Haley Markham-Patty here is going to find Jenny Tanita. She's beyond the arc and it's money there. The Rustlers now lead the Ooks 22-12. Well, Tanita and Markham-Patty, they're going to play a little bit of give and go here. Tanita, she's going to drain another 3 there. The Rustlers led 26-14. Tanita had 11 points in this game. Well, we're going to jump all the way to the fourth quarter now, and Nike Lee is going to drive the lane, dish it to McCurley, who's going to lay it in off the glass. Rustlers now lead 48-31. McCurley, she finished with 10 points and 12 boards in this one. McCurley goes for the lay and can't get it, but Lee picks up the board, lays it in. She had 10 points and 8 rebounds on the night. The Rustlers defeat the Ooks 61-48 and improve to 17-0.
I don't think the score is indicative of the game. I thought NAIT played really hard. I thought we were in control, but there's little stretches where NAIT got pretty fired up and took some of the wind out of our sails. I thought we bounced back well, and we're very composed. If you're not composed against NAIT, it's very tough.
We expected maybe to be a little closer because we thought there'd be a little higher competition, but we beat them by 16 and 20 last semester, so we expected it was still going to be a good 10, maybe 20 point lead, so yeah.
Well, to the men's game now, and this one got ugly quickly. The Ooks were up 27-4 after the first quarter. Well, the second quarter was no better as the Ooks took a 40-19 lead in the half. The Ooks would end up winning this one 75-51, and both teams are back in action in Edmonton. We'll stick with the Rustlers. The volleyball teams were in action last night against the Ooks in Edmonton. The ladies were able to defeat the Ooks 3-0. Alyssa Grondin had 8 kills. Shelby Becker had 6. Annika Kuz had 5. Well, the Rustlers men's team, they would defeat the Ooks, winning their match 3-2. And of course, Sam Duivai led the team with kills once again tonight. He had 26, setting the season high record for the Rustlers. Tyson Weeds also had 8 in the win. Rustlers are now at home. Ladies tipped off at 6. They're taking on the Ooks again to try and complete the sweep. The Rustlers futsal soccer teams were up in Fort McMurray today for their first futsal tourney of the year. They were against the Medicine Hat Rattlers. The ladies tied 2-2. Callie Wallace had both goals. Won the second game against the Ambrose Lions. The ladies were defeated 4-0. The men, they were also up in Fort Mac for their tournament as well. They were able to defeat the Rattlers 4-3 in their second game. It was another 1-goal game, but they defeated the Ambrose Lions 6-5. On the Lloyd Comp Barons boys basketball team, we're in the semifinals at the John Paul II Crusader Classic in North Battleford today. The Barons were able to defeat the Humboldt Collegiate 80-55 and book their ticket to the final. Zach Wilson, he led the team in scoring with 25 points.